purpose of this video is to teach you how to say things like I will be busy and things like I will not be busy in Japanese. If you want to say I will be busy, you would say 私は忙しくなるでしょう。私は忙しくなるでしょう。私は means I. 忙しく means busy. なる means become in the present tense. And でしょう means something like I guess. So if you want to say I will be busy, you would literally sound like I become busy, I guess. The show is one of those words that doesn't have a direct translation into English. It can mean a lot of things, such as probably, I'm wondering if we agree, I'm wondering if we see things in the same way, I'm wondering if I'm right. So if you have a better idea in terms of how we can translate the show in English, feel free to leave a comment below. In a nutshell, what I find important for you to be aware of is that there is no such thing in Japanese language such as will be, and instead this show is being used, which has a slightly different nuance when it comes to the overall assertiveness of the expression. In general, Japanese people tend to be less assertive when it comes to the things that are yet to come, especially compared to Westerners, and this cultural aspect is very well reflected in the language as well, because desho is that confirmatory word that helps you subtly confirm your views with others. Because of this cultural peculiarity of Japanese culture, desho is one of those words that are pretty hard to be translated into English. But if you have a better idea, I'm always welcome to suggestions. Now let's see how we can say I will not be busy. If you want to say this in Japanese, you would say 私は忙しくならないでしょう。私は忙しくならないでしょう。私は again means I. 忙しく means busy. ならない means don't become. And でしょう means I guess. So if you want to say I will not be busy, you would literally sound like I don't become busy, I guess. I'm sure you observed that the only thing what changed is the verb. なる became ならない. However, that's just half of the story, because the focus of this lesson will be on the adjective. As you may know, there are two types of adjectives that behave in a different pattern, and isogashi is one of them. The two types of adjectives are the following: the ones that end in the hiragana I, and the ones that do not end in the hiragana I. When it comes to the first category, busy is a great example. In Japanese, busy would be isogashi. Isogashi. As you could see in our example sentence, isogashi became isogashiku. When it comes to the second category, skilled is a great example. In Japanese, skilled would be jozu. Jozu. If you want to use it for the future, jozu would become jozu ni. Now let's have a closer look on the mechanics behind this change. For the first category, what happened is the following. We took the adjective, cut the last I, add ku, and add naru desho, or naranai desho. So if you want to say will be busy, you would say isogashiku naru desho. Isogashiku naru desho. If you want to say will not be busy, you would say isogashiku naranai desho. Isogashiku naranai desho. For the second category, what you do is the following. You take the adjective, add ni, and add naru desho, or naranai desho. So if you want to say will be skilled, you would say jozu ni naru desho. Jozu ni naru desho. If you want to say will not be skilled, you would say jozu ni naranai desho. Jozu ni naranai desho. Excellent. Now that we have it clear, let me show you some examples. Before we get into the examples, let me first quickly recap the important patterns that I want you to follow when it comes to the affirmations and for negations. There are two types of adjectives you need to be aware of: the ones that end in the hiragana I and the ones that do not end in the hiragana I. When it comes to the first category, busy is a great example. In Japanese, busy would be isogashi. So if you want to say will be busy, what you do is the following. You cut the last I, add ku, and add naru desho. So it would be isogashiku naru desho. Isogashiku naru desho. When it comes to the second category, quiet is a great example. Quiet in Japanese would be shizuka. So if you want to say will be quiet, what you do is the following. You take the adjective, add ni, and add naru desho. So you would sound like shizuka ni naru desho. Shizuka ni naru desho. On the other hand, if you want to say will not be busy, what you do is the following. You take the adjective, cut the last I again, add ku, and add naranai desho. So it would be 忙しくならないでしょう。If you want to say will not be quiet, what you do is the following. You take the adjective, add に and add ならないでしょう。So it would be 静かにならないでしょう。Great. Now that we have the patterns in front of us, let's reinforce them by doing some practice together. In this practice, I want you to help me fill out this table. In this table, I prepared to you a set of vocabulary, which we will first translate into Japanese, then we will use them in an affirmation, and then in a negation. First question, how do you say dangerous? In Japanese, it would be 危ない. 危ない. What type of adjective is this? Is there a hiragana I at the end? Definitely yes. So how do you say will be dangerous? The pattern is in front of you. It would be 危なくなるでしょう。危なくなるでしょう。Right? And how do you say will not be dangerous? It would be 危なくならないでしょう。危なくならないでしょう。Right? Great. Let's see the next one. How do you say terrible? In Japanese, it would be 大変。大変。What type of adjective is this? Is there a hiragana I at the end? I see none. So how do you say will be terrible? The pattern is in front of you. It would be 大変になるでしょう。大変になるでしょう。Right? Great. And how do you say will not be terrible? It would be 大変にならないでしょう。大変にならないでしょう。Right? Excellent. Let's see the next one. How do you say white? In Japanese, it would be 広い。広い。Let's see what type of adjective is this. Is there a hiragana I at the end? Definitely yes. So how do you say will be white? It would be 広くなるでしょう。Right? 広くなるでしょう。And how do you say will not be white? It would be 広くならないでしょう。Right? 広くならないでしょう。Great. And how do you say various? In Japanese, it would be いろいろ。いろいろ。What type of adjective is this? Is there a hiragana I at the end? I see none. So how do you say will be various? It would be いろいろになるでしょう。いろいろになるでしょう。Right? And how do you say will not be various? It would be いろいろにならないでしょう。いろいろにならないでしょう。Right? Excellent. And let's see the last one. How do you say dirty? In Japanese, it would be 汚い。汚い。What type of adjective is this? Is there a hiragana I at the end? Definitely yes. Right? So how do you say will be dirty? It would be 汚くなるでしょう。Right? 汚くなるでしょう。And how do you say will not be dirty? It would be 汚くならないでしょう。Right? 汚くならないでしょう。Excellent and congratulations. That makes it for this lesson. Thank you very much for your attention and I hope to see you in my next lessons. Have a great day.